Hi guys, Terry here. We have a little bit of snow in Columbus, Ohio. It's bitter cold. It's like 20 degrees. I feel for the places that have colder weather and more snow. So here we're able to stay home and it's very pretty. So there was some squirrels running around down there. Didn't get my camera out quick enough. So, hey, I got an order recently from Brutus Monroe. I had not ordered from them before. The order came very quickly, and I want to show you this new little tool that I got. So let's take a look. So as I said, this came very quickly. I want to say it was here in 2 days. So they're out of, Brutus Monroe is out of Pittsburgh. And I saw this on their YouTube channel, so I'll link to that. Oh. So that's interesting. I did not order the cleaner. Let's see what's on my order form. Huh. I ordered the mat. So on my order form I have just the mat and I got the cleaner. So I may contact them and pay for the cleaner. It was $6.99 for the mat and $8.99 for the cleaner. And I have some stamp cleaner. So I was going to finish this up, and then I was also just going to try just using water with my stamp chamois. But let me show you what this is. It's a sticky mat, and the idea behind this is that you can use it for a few different things. So one is that you can use it for templates. And then the other thing is that it fits perfectly inside the MISTI, so it'll hold your piece of paper in place while you are stamping something in your MISTI. And then the other one is just simply using the grid to line up your stamps when you're trying to get them lined up on a card. So So let's do this first. So here is a stencil, and then here's my piece of paper. So they showed that you could line up your stencil, and of course your stencil needs to be bigger than your piece of paper so that it's got something to stick to here. But I'm going to stick it on the top and stick it on the bottom. And then I'm just going to use my Distress Oxide inks. I keep the little sponge on the back of the Distress ink, and then that way I've got a pad for each color of ink. But the idea is it's going to hold my stencil in place while I'm, using the stencil. So, like that. I won't do the whole thing, but you get the idea. So that held that in place. And then you've got your stencil. So the idea behind this spray is that they have you use that in a cloth and wash off your stencil. So let me try just wiping it with water with my chamois to get the mat clean. So let's lift this up. I think they suggested curling the mat like this to release your paper off of it. So it's sticky, but it's kind of a post-it sticky. It's not ripping the paper. And then let's just see if this wipes off. And it does wipe off. So it wipes off with water. You might occasionally need this soapy solution for, something a little bit more stronger than a light blue ink pad. So I get that. So let me show you what else you can do. Set that aside. So I'll just mention too that I had originally bought the MakeArt Staytion. I think it's called MakeArt. And this is the mini one. So this also will hold your stencil on top of your paper. And then they give you a ruler that helps you line stuff up. So this was done with magnets, and I suggest this tool too. I think this is handy in times. I also use this for when I've glued my card together, and then I just use the magnets to kind of hold it in place while the glue dries. So love these magnets. They're felt on the back, so they've never harmed a project, and they work great too. So this is a good alternative to the stamp mat. But what I really was excited about with the stamp mat was that this fits inside the Misty. And I'll have to check. I think the Misty company also makes, I don't know if they make a sticky pad, or I think they've got a tape that is sticky on both sides, and you can use it to lay in here. I'll research that and have that information on my blog post. But what's nice about this is if you've got an oversized stamp, like a background stamp, like let's say I'm using this great big large background stamp. Let me remove the pad. Remember rubber stamps have a pad built in, so you don't need the pad. But what's difficult about this is usually when you're stamping something in your Misty, you want to put your paper in the bottom corner. Well, if you're using a background stamp that's oversized, you can't always get it down in that corner. So the idea with this sticky pad is you've got your paper on here on the mat, so it's staying in place, it's not moving, and then you can put your stamp on there. It also would be good if you had a big floral stamp and it was bigger than your card. I can pick this up, ink this, and then use it to stamp my project. So it fits pretty well. It's a little loose, but I think just like regular, if you just make sure you've got this all the way down in that corner, then if you did have to re-stamp, you would make sure your paper's always in the same place. So that's what I was excited about, that they made it fit inside. Now this is the regular size Misty, the original size. I have the mini. Let me show you. This would not fit inside the mini. So I'm not sure if they're going to come up with one that's that size. But I know an alternative is you just put a piece of either glue down your paper in your Misty if you do need to keep it out from the corners. You know, glue that down to the mat. You also can, Misty makes little plastic corners, and I'll have a link to those also on my blog post. But those corners are nice because then you put in the corner and put your paper in on that, and then you can position your stamp if it needs to go over the paper. So that's another alternative. But yeah, I think the mat's going to be handy. So it's it also said it allows you to line up your stamps. So I don't know whether they're doing that with the, again, I'll curl the mat to release that paper. That seems to work well. So I don't know if they're leaving the plastic. It comes with a plastic cover so it can keep it sticky. So I don't know if they're suggesting that you then can, let's say I've got a stamp here that I want to line up. And I know some stamps that have this stamp here, if you can see, says happy birthday to you. I don't know if you can see that there. So a lot of times it is difficult to line up stamps, but they said that one thing you could do is use the lines on here, and then that would pick up your stamp. Oh, I need my mat. Need the mat back in, but then pick up your stamp. Now I tend to use the lines that's on the Misty door. I kind of pick up my stamp and then see if it's lined up. I see if it's lined up by the line, the grid on the Misty door. So I don't know that I'd be using it for that, but that's their third reason they say it's good for. But like I said, I'm excited for it to fit in the Misty. I'm excited to use it to hold stencils in place. So I think it's going to be a pretty good tool. I mean, for $6.99, I think that's a pretty good price. It's going to be very versatile. Love that it has the plastic cover to keep it protected. So thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't done that yet. And I look forward to showing you more fun hauls. I think my next video is a haul on, I did a Close to My Heart order, so that'll be coming soon. So I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.